Your reasons for listening to the show, well, those are your own. But just keep in mind that the views, information, or opinions expressed on the Tuddle Daily Podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of our sponsors. Yeah, it's called free speech, people. Nobody's forcing you to listen. One-of-a-kind shades made to order by VaporShades.com. Vapor Shades designs the outer layer of the sunglasses just like a wrap on a car. They customize your sunglasses, marbling the paint. The end result is no two pair of sunglasses are alike. Yours will be completely unique to you. Check us out at VaporShades.com. Use promo code Tuddle for 15% off your entire order. Get ready for your daily dose of Tuddle.
The all-time greatest intern/producer we've ever had, of course, Tuddle. Tuddle in Florida.
From the Vapor Shades Hobo Fish Camp, it's the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
Anarchy! Anarchy! Anarchy!
No wonder nobody likes you, Tuddle. Everything's a goddamn debate.
Welcome to another edition of the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I know that I did. Well, kind of, sort of. We'll get into that. There's a couple of ways you can get a hold of me. You can email me, tuddle@gmail.com. That's Tuddle with two D's, Tuddle @gmail.com. Or you can leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. I slept in a little bit. I stayed up to watch the rest of the Daytona 500. It's just one of those traditions growing up here in Florida, especially in the same county, with Daytona International Speedway being right down the street from where I live at. So, yeah, of course, I'm going to watch it. I don't think that I've missed one. Hell, since I was in, like, my early teens, I really have not missed one of them. For the longest time, I went to every single race that there was at Daytona International Speedway when my ex-wife worked for NASCAR. She didn't work for ISC. And I was also good friends with Robin Bragg, who was once the president of Daytona International Speedway. But last night's race, it went on and on and on every single year. Rain, gonna have rain. I remember one year it was so goddamn cold during speed weeks. I think it was the year that they actually had the pothole in the track. So that was a long, long delay. I remember I got to drive, you know how they put the drivers in the trucks and you have to drive them around the track so they can see people. Yeah, I got to drive Tony fucking Stewart around the track for one of the races, and it was awesome. But it was also very, very nerve-wracking. But just want to say congratulations to Michael McDowell, the guy. 14 years he's been racing and has never even come close to winning. Well, he's had maybe a couple second-place finishes. But, you know, like they say, second is the first loser. No, but winning the Daytona 500, that being your only win in your career, I know everybody wants to win a championship, but winning that Daytona 500, look at how important it was to Dale Sr., and he finally got that one after already winning 7 championships. So, yes, that shows you how much it meant for Michael McDowell, who had never won a race in 14 years, is your Daytona 500 champion. I'm just warning you right now, this is going to be ADHD Tuddle. This is going to be Tuddle shot out of a cannon, because I got a lot of things to talk about right now. It is hot as a mother effer right now because it rained all night, and now the sun is out. And I know a lot of you people up north are probably like, holy crap, Tuddle, are you really going to complain about the weather? It's going to be like in the 80s today. And if you've never been in Florida, after a night of rain in the sun, it is Africa hot. I'm not trying to be racist by saying African hot. It's just hot in Africa. Or, you know what? The better saying it should be like South American hot, because South America is way more humid. I'm going to start that trend. You know, a lot of people like to say African hot. I'm nixing that. It's South American hot. It is that way today here. So I got the windows down. So if you're getting any sound in the background, I apologize. It's going to bug the crap out of me when I go back and edit this show. But I came into a realization last night. There was this amazing Cuban family. Must have been, I don't know, 12, 15 people. They came in two RVs, and they were right next to my parents' trailer. Made friends with them. Not a lot of them the greatest when it comes to Spanish. But, you know, last year I started out. I wanted to accomplish some goals. I just wanted to accomplish some goals. And I did that. One being, I wanted to get in shape. I didn't do it fast. It's taken me a year just to get to the point that I am right now. But it's one of the things that I've been the most committed about since the beginning of 2020. You know, what else I wanted to do was I wanted to build my online presence. And I've done that. I'm getting there to be monetized on YouTube. My daily downloads are at a very, very good pace. They're staying steady. Like some days are better than others. My YouTube channel, like I just said, you know, I'm getting close to 3,000 subscribers, and I'm doing that live stream every night, Monday through Friday. But I want to accomplish a new goal this year. And I think it's good. See, because when you're a kid, you're like a sponge. You know, people like kids that grow up in bilingual families, they learn both English and Spanish. And I think that is a big advantage. I think it is impressive as hell, especially where I'm living at here in the state of Florida. I want to learn Spanish. It is harder for older people. I guess I'm old now because I just turned 40. But what I'm trying to say is when you're a kid, I was reading some articles, and the reason why kids pick up on languages, you know, out of all the different languages that are out there, Spanish, English, German, Russian, Mandarin, Chinese, maybe tribes out there that have their own language. But you got to admit, the English language is kind of dumb. Like, we got too many words that sound the same, like to, your, you are. I mean, it's a little confusing. Like, you're not supposed to end a sentence by saying, oh, it was really, really, or it's something good. You're supposed to say, I guess, well, hell, I don't even know. I might be making myself look like an idiot. But when you're younger, your brain, your ear canal that can define between different sounds, because all those languages I just mentioned share the same type of sound. And at a young age, you're able to hear those sounds more than people as adults. So this is going to be really, really hard for me, but it's my goal. I want to learn Spanish. And think about this, people. You know, I've burned so many bridges in the talk radio format. I've worked in the carny type, wrestling type radio where it's all showmanship and stuff. Could you imagine the gimmick? And there might be somebody out there, I don't know. But a Caucasian, which I am, becoming a Spanish shock jock. I'm telling you right now, we will print money with that. Let me learn Spanish. Let me get a host on an FM talk radio station or even do a podcast. Think of how much that would open up my audience. I got really, really good at Spanish. Very, very fluent at it. And I got to tell you, I find Spanish women, very attractive. This Cuban family, some of the moms and stuff, oh my God. Thick. Thick. Built like an hourglass shape. And I was like, man, how many Spanish women would be like, oh, mío, oh, dos, mío. I don't even know if I'm saying anything right, but I would have to beat the Spanish women off with a stick if I became like a Caucasian Spanish shock jock. Guys, it is a recipe for success. And I'm going to learn Spanish this year. Not a lot of people thought that I was going to be able to get into shape. Not a lot of people thought I would be able to start this podcast and make it grow, because I've done it all because of you, all because of word of mouth. And I was able to do those two big things last year. Yeah, it's going to be hard. If any of you guys out there are Spanish speaking in my audience, I would like to start doing like a weekly 15 minutes of like a Spanish class with me. You walk me through, you teach me some words, you give me some homework, and then the following week, I show you how much improvement that I've had. If you can get me where I can speak fluent Spanish, I don't even know what it would even sound like with my nerdy-ass voice speaking Spanish. It would have to sound weird. But I got to tell you, man, this Cuban family, they had one hell of a party. I guess that they called everybody that they knew. They were fishing all night long. They were all playing music. They were all having a great time. I talked to a lot of them. Like I said, some of the Cuban family spoke a little bit of English. There was a younger kid, maybe I know he's 17. Actually, no, 16. Anyways, he's very fluent in English, and he did a lot of translating, and it was great. I had an amazing time. But I got to tell you this. I don't want to get graphic, but my poops have been really, really good as of late. You don't even want to know what type of murder scene it looked like when I was in my drinking days. There was nothing worse than spray diarrheaing all over the toilet seat because you drank too much the night before. Oh, and the heartburn, man, I was just killing myself every day. But with the probiotics, I've been getting good, not too hard, very, they're solid. They got a great texture to them, because we all know what I mean by texture of how it feels coming out of your anus. You can just tell. Every guy out there, hell, maybe even some of the women will even maybe fess up to this, but when you have a poop, you can just tell, like, how many times you're going to have to wipe. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a connection from your brain to your anus. But you can tell when you lay one down in the porcelain. You'll be like, yep, that's going to be a one wiper. But we're always, I'm always shocked when I do cut one off perfectly and you wipe and there's nothing on the toilet paper. I know a lot of you guys might think it's disgusting, but we all look at the paper after you get done wiping. Even if you're a woman and you're urinating, every chick, even though they don't want to admit it, I'm sure that they look at the toilet paper. So, I digress. My poops have been great, but today, my first poop was great, normal. But I think that first poop was kind of like damming up the diarrhea on the back end. and all that pressure, just like a volcano was building and building and building, I like to call it the poop cork. What I mean by poop cork, you got that solid mass there, but once you get that there, all that pressure explodes like Mount St. Helens with that big, humongous landslide they have, and you coat every single inch of the toilet with it. Now, I don't know why our Army, this is how they need to research it. They need to research the poop cork. Or even just diarrhea alone. Because if they could get the technology down, because how does diarrhea like hit every single inch of the toilet bowl when you go? The angles just do not work out. And explain to me how you get diarrhea under the lid or the toilet seat. It happens every time. And there's a lot of people. I've visited a lot of my friends that have maybe not cleaned the toilet, because there's some people that are just magnificent, keep their toilet spotless. You know who could clean a toilet? Because every Friday at the BRN, Pantera scrubbed a toilet. And I know, like, everybody likes using, oh, it's so clean you could eat off of it. Yes, I would eat off of a toilet that Pantera would clean. But our Army, they need to figure out how the human body can cover that amount of surface area. Because could you imagine if we were able to get that technology set up when it comes to napalm back in the day in Vietnam? You know, we probably would have fared a lot more better in that war if we would have done a little bit of diarrhea research, applied it to the technology of napalm. Oh, we would have won that guerrilla warfare all fucking day. I said it. I don't like to curse on the show that much more, but we would win if we would just do diarrhea to napalm research, bringing one side to the other. I'm just saying, Army, run with it. Run with it. Halliburton, if you're listening to this podcast right now, steal the idea. I'm trying to be a patriot when it comes to diarrhea warfare. And the reason that I'm talking about diarrhea warfare is that my poops, like I said, have been great. They've been amazing. But the Cuban family, I guess they cooked steak, and I guess the way that maybe Cuban families make steak might have been a little spicy, might have been bad meat. Who knows? But I ate that last night, and that's the only thing that I can think of that has given me the napalm shit.
He's a nerd,
I've only been arrested one time.
a radio personality,
Professionally, I'm not in the best position that I've ever been in.
and hot talk satirizer.
You would think with everything that's going on, a Caucasian like myself wouldn't be able to randomly talk to an African American or a minority.
You're listening to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Wish you could have just flown and had your vehicle arrive a day or two later so you can enjoy more time doing what's important to you? Well, you can. Just give Starfire Transport a call. Let the professionals do the driving while you're flying. Starfire Transport specializes in RV and auto transport. They'll also haul watercraft from boats to PWCs, cargo trailers, and more. Service available throughout the continental United States. So don't wait. Call Brian today at 574-349-4193 or 989-751-6106 for your next move. 10% off for veterans past or present. Also, make sure to tell them Tuddle sent you for an additional discount. That's Starfire Transport. Do you have something you want to say?
Hey, what kind of preacher is you?
Leave Tuddle a voicemail,
Cause you're kind of ignorant.
especially if you think he's being an asshole.
No mega bitch.
Will your hurtful comments offend Tuddle?
No, baby.
Call the show at 407-270-3044.
No, baby.
Yeah, I shouldn't even try to record while I'm driving. My passenger side back door rattles. No matter how hard I shut the mother effer, it still rattles. I'm sure you can hear that in the background. Guys, I got caught up today. I did. I let somebody get at me. I let somebody get under my skin, and it really wasn't even like it was that big of a deal. I mean, the person didn't even say anything really that bad. I just don't know. We all, listen, guys, talked about this. I've played you a couple of stories in the past couple of weeks where, you know, you just don't know what people are going through. And right now, you guys really don't know what I'm going through. You don't. You don't know what it takes for me to get on here every single day. And I've for the most part have been an open book, but there's just some stuff that I just don't feel like sharing because it's too depressing. And I'm here to make y'all's life easier, help you get your minds off of your problems. And I did a live stream tonight. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start using Sundays. I'm going to do a YouTube live stream. This is how I'm going to promote what I got going on. This guy made just a dumbass comment about, oh, you don't need your mic screen because of the wind. All right, buddy, what do you do for a living? Like, is this the only job where I know that we're all public figures that work in radio or TV, whatever it may be, on a small scale? But where do you come off trying to tell me that I don't know and I proved the point? And while in trying to prove that point, I basically fucked up my microphone. I mean, I didn't mess up the microphone, but my connection got loose, and I was never able to get it back, and I just got off of that. And for that, I apologize, people, because I let some asshole that thought he knows how to do broadcasting more than I do. You know, he doesn't take into account that I've been doing this for effing 22 years. Yes, come back at me, be a dick, and say, well, you should be a lot further than what you are right now. Yes, I agree with you. I made some dumbass mistakes. You don't know what has happened to me all through my life. You know, I'm not saying you're a janitor, but say you're a janitor. You're having a really bad day, and you're having to probably throw sawdust on some kid's throw up for the 4th time in the same mother effing day, same goddamn day. You're still throwing sawdust, puke, smelling sawdust and puke every day of your life. And then somebody makes a smart ass comment to you in public. Yeah, that's why people get shot, like those motherfuckers up in Pennsylvania that all just had to argue. All over an argument, we got a double homicide. Because you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what I'm having to see and what I'm having to do behind the scenes on a regular basis. It's not going to happen again. I promise you that. I'm not going to, because I'm going to get to the point where I just stop caring. It's not like I'm not going to put out good content, because I'm going to put out good content. But I'm just going to I'm going to just stop caring. Before all you guys think, oh, here we go again. Tuddle's losing it. He's freaking the fuck out. You never, ever have to worry about me trying to do what I did before. Maybe I will eventually get into what I gotta do on a daily basis. I know everybody's got their crosses to bear. I know everybody has got their deep, dark secrets that they carry with them that is a burden, like a choking that is suffocating you every single day. But that shit ain't happening again. Fuck you. I ain't letting none of you motherfuckers ever get under my skin like that again. And it was over something stupid. Wasn't even that great of a comment. But do you think that I don't know why or when I need a mic screen? It drives me crazy. It really does. And you just do not know. Like I told you, that's why it's not worth it. It's not worth getting upset. It's not worth getting into a screaming match. It is not worth getting into road rage. Because you're going to end up dead. It's just plain and simple. Because you never know what people are actually going through. So, this is the end of my rant. I'm going to get into some fun shit. So, you know what? Fuck it. In the next audio clip that I'm about to play you, I've never had this problem. Never had this problem at all where a woman cried after sex because the dick was so good. Because this next woman was, and the guy was all about it. Like, he was like, felt like he was the king of the jungle.
You crying for what? What felt so good? The dick ain't never coming like that. He said it felt so good. Yeah. Like you really crying. What the hell? You ain't never real life crying though.
All right, no homo, but am I the only one that is kind of curious to know what this dude is rocking between his legs? Because for when women cry, yeah, women have cried, but it's usually from regret after having sex with me. It's not ever been because the dick was just so good. Maybe the dick was just so big that maybe it hurt her. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of like a badge of honor that I'll most likely never get to wear.
Talking about the dick was so good. That's why you was crying while my dick was still inside you. I thought I was raping you. I had to stop. What the fuck going on?
I mean, that's kind of a weird comment to make. I thought I was going to have to stop because I thought I was raping you. No, you're bragging a little bit like you're just saying, oh man, my dick is so good, this bitch is crying. No, you're just playing this up. Matter of fact, once again, most of these videos might be fake. He might be, hey baby, how much do you love me? You love me a lot? Okay, we're going to act like we just got done fucking. And I want you to be like just so like over the top, crying. And then I'm going to show it to my boys. I'm going to post it. This is all going to get played. Yeah, guess what? I've been had once again. Because I don't think women, please tell me. I would love to hear from you. Email me, Tuddle@gmail.com. Has a dick ever made you cry? I'm not talking like a guy being an asshole. I'm talking about a guy, his penis, his dick. Have you ever cried because the dick was so good? Email me, Tuddle@gmail.com, or leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044.
From the Vapor Shades Hobo Fish Camp.
Man, maybe I would have way more sex partners in my life if I just threw caution to the wind.
It's the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Tuddle's Daily Podcast is brought to you by StitchYouUp.com. For your embroidery, screen printing, vinyl, and direct-to-garment printing needs, visit StitchYouUp.com. Stitch You Up specializes in custom caps, shirts, decals, and anything you want to personalize. Whether it's one item or large orders, they can handle any size. Unsure about what you want? Let Stitch You Up help you with your logo design. Visit StitchYouUp.com or contact them, Eric@StitchYouUp.com. Stitch You Up. Definitely not your grandma's embroidery. Nerd. Radio personality and hot talk satirizer. You're listening to the Tuddle Podcast.
All right, welcome back, guys. Out walking around. Got to tell you, it's a little warm out here today. I saw that. Mark. Hey, Mark. How you doing, Mark? He can't hear me, but he just pulled up in his badass Camaro. So, Yeah, I don't feel like bragging too much. I know Texas, you guys are kind of going through it right now when it comes to that snowstorm. Man, it is pretty crappy. And then when you get in some of those southern cities like that, they are not prepared when it does snow. I remember a few years back, Atlanta had a humongous snowmageddon, they called it, I think. And then everybody got stuck. I think Chipper had to get on his four-wheeler, Chipper Jones, Atlanta Braves, Pearson native, had to go rescue Freddie Freeman from the snow because nobody up there knew how to drive in the snow because they're just not used to it. Plus, they don't have many snow plows up there. So, Mark, did you get all your money? I mean, you won the Daytona 500. No, I'm messing with you. You know who won it? Yeah, Die. Yeah.
She's a New Yorker. We hate those people.
All right. Yeah, it was a pretty good race. I was glad to see Michael. Oh, you did? Yeah, but you bought like 5 spots, I think. Oh, see. Everybody's got gambling or addiction problems here. Well, have a good one. Glad you're back safe. Yeah, but yeah, the weather is actually kind of balmy. That's why I'm outside right now. So yeah, I'm not trying to complain, but it's kind of nice. But guess what? In a couple of months, when it's 98 degrees with 100% humidity, we will not be liking it at all.
He was downstairs. Yeah, where's he at?
Yeah, you know, in 2020, yeah, when it was cool to hate cops, and I get it. I get why a lot of people did, because there was a lot of bad things going on. But, I mean, that's your opinion. But now I bet these people that were in this grocery store that I'm about to play for you were happy that the cops were around then, because this is urban combat, basically, man. This almost sounds like a war zone, but it's not. It's because these cops showed up and handled business. From everything that I'm reading is that this guy was mentally ill. He was raging about something. He was upset about something. I do not know. I guess he was threatening to shoot up the place, and the cops, like I said, handled business. See, you want to know what I take from this video? What I take is, if I'm ever in a place that has an active shooter and he's still out there and he's looking for more people to put bullets into, do not hide next to a woman. It's kind of like a big siren that just says, hey, I'm over here. Come blow my head off.
I'm holding the front door right now.
2-4. I'm in the store. Get somebody here. He's not there. He's not there. No. He worked here. Lock it.
I got to do a better job describing this, okay? So if you were listening in the audio, you could hear him like he sounded like he was running upstairs, because I guess the gunman was kind of advancing on him, so he was able to get upstairs where a bunch of people were at. That's where that woman was at, the screaming one. I don't know why. The cop should have just put his hand over her mouth or just, you know what, survival of the fittest. Pit her out, because she is doing nothing but giving away your position. And the cop almost shot somebody that was another employee there at that store. That's where you could hear him saying, no, he works here. He's an employee.
No. Door this. Lock the door.
You know what? Screw it. Just end your life. Put the gun right up to your head. Blow your brains out as a police officer, because I would not be able to take that havoc going on. That bitch screaming, I got bullets whizzing by me, and now an alarm. Why does a grocery store have that type of alarm?
It's in the store. Get more units. 2-4, signal 13. He's pointing it at us, whatever it is. We're not sure if it's... Now, get out. Signal 13. Rosenberg, are you good? Signal 13, shots fired. Give me more units. Number 1 male, armed with a handgun. Rosenberg, are you good?
Signal 13, the units on the downbeat and that side. Down 1223. Turn it around.
Front door. Everybody get out there. He's in there somewhere shooting at Rosenberger right now. I'm trying to figure out if he's good. I'm holding the front door right now.
2-4, Minnesota. Please, get right here. He's down. I'm on the way. Where's you going?
2-4, I don't have eyes on you. Got him?
During the exchange, police say a 20-year-old man was shot in the arm. He was treated at an area hospital shortly after and released. The suspect, Green, was able to get away through a back door, but was fatally shot days later as a U.S. Marshals task force tried to arrest him.
All right, this might be a heat getter. Might be the worst cops ever. You're telling me with as many rounds that they fired off that guy was able to get away? How is that possible? Was this, what if it was a guy that was just really good at Grand Theft Auto, and he was able to take his skills in Grand Theft Auto and then bring it into the real world? I don't know. Maybe Grand Theft Auto is helping these people get away, because there's no reason at all that guy did not die there in that grocery store with as many rounds that those cops fired off. And what's that store going to look like now? You probably can't even repair that. Do you have insurance? Do you have to have insurance when cops want to come in and act like it's Kabul and basically Swiss cheese your store? You got to have insurance for that. Or do the cops have to have the insurance and then they got to take care of it? I'd like to hear from you. Email me, Tuddle@gmail.com, or you can leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Got a lot of great interviews lined up this week, thanks to my producer, Vulture. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show, and be safe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And that's the show for today. Thanks for listening to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Hey, don't be a dickhead. Do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe to the show. Also, check out the Tuddle category at 315live.com. The Tuddle Daily Podcast is brought to you by the Vapor Shades Hobo Fish Camp. You want some cool-ass sunglasses? Check out vaporshades.com. Also brought to you by Starfire Transport, StitchYouUp.com, PocketPairClub.com. Special thanks to show intern Hannah and Charlie Alamo for their contributions. Additional imaging and production is provided by CCA Productions. Facebook.com/CCA Productions Presents. Show voiceover service is brought to you by JCVoiceover.com. That guy's got a damn sexy voice. You should hire him. Check out JCVoiceover.com. If you want to help support the show, go to paypal.me/TuddleOnTheRadio. Comments? Concerns? Or do you just want to let Tuddle know he's being a dickhead? Tuddle@gmail.com. That's Tuddle with 2 D's at gmail.com. Leave a voicemail at 407-270-3044. To follow all of Tuddle's social media, go to Tuddle.net. Thanks again for all your support, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
Hey, yo, Terry, what going on?